Hello, everybody. This is Coach Shafto. Today, we are working on IXL 6th grade, and we're trying to use substitution to check solutions of inequalities. Your goal today is to get to 70. You can find other assignments on Google Classroom. As we jump into inequalities, I want to go ahead and do a review, perhaps a new learning for some people, of how inequalities are written and how to graph them. If you look here, we've got 4 different ways of writing and graphing inequalities. The first way is grouped into 2 different groups. So you see that right here. And this is called x is less than or equal to. So that's how you would read it. And there's a less than symbol, but it also has this bar at the bottom, and that bar is part of an equal sign. So it's almost like they took a less than sign and an equal than sign and they mashed them together. And when we have that equal sign bar at the bottom, we need to shade in the circle on our graph. And so we have what's called a closed circle. And then we look and we say, well, what's x is less than or equal to 1? That means x could be 0 or -1 or -100. And so my arrow goes in the direction of all of the numbers which are less than 1. If we look at the next problem, we have x is greater than 11. And when we have something that's not equal to 11, we don't shade it in at 11. So we put a circle to show that it starts at 11, but we don't actually shade it in because it doesn't include exactly 11. And then it says x is greater than 11. So we're going to take all of the numbers that are more than 11. So that would be 12, 13, 13 and a half. And we draw our arrow pointed in that direction. Similarly, in the next couple problems, you would have x is less than -5. And so in this problem, again, we're looking and we say, okay, we have x. It is not exactly -5. So we have an open circle, but it is everything that's less than -5. So my arrow is going to all of the numbers that are less than -5. And remember, those are bigger negative numbers because, think about money, you would rather have -$5 than have -100 because that means that you owe somebody money. I'm going to jump to the last one, and this is very much like the first one. It's x is less than or equal to -3. And so we're going to put the closed circle on -3, and then my arrow points to everything that's less than -3. Let's jump into our inequalities. This is the first assignment in the inequalities section of IXL. And we're just using substitution. So we're not even getting into graphing yet. So it says, is h equal to 4 a solution to the inequality below? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute instead of h less than or equal to 3. I'm going to substitute is 4 less than or equal to 3. Well, 4 is not less than 3 and it's not equal to 3. So the answer here is no. Next substitution, it says, is s equal to 1, a solution to the inequality below? So I'm going to put 4 is greater than s. And then underneath it, I'm going to go ahead and have 4 is greater than, but instead of an s, I'm going to put a 1. So is that true? Is 4 more than 1? And clearly it is. So I'm going to say yes, it is. The next problem, it says, is c equals 11 a solution? So I'm going to write 4 is greater than c. And I'm going to say 4 is greater than, and instead of a c, I'm going to put 11. And so clearly this is wrong because 4 is not more than 11. So I'm going to say no. At the next level, it asks you to give all of the possibilities of what could work. So here I have G is less than or equal to 10. So I need to select all of the solutions that are less than or equal to 10. So I know that 2 is less than or equal to 10, 3 is less than 10, 5 is less than 10, and 4 is less than 10. So in this case, all of my solutions are correct. In the next one, I have 11 is less than C. So put this differently, if 11 is less than C, then that means that C needs to be more than 11. In this case, 3 is not more than 11. 11 is not more than 11. And this is important because it does not have right here an equal sign bar. So it can't be equal to 11. It has to be more than 11. So the only one that works is 12. In the next one, it says 3 is less than or equal to S. And so if we want to say this differently, we could reverse it and say that S is more than or equal to 3. And so we have to figure out what's more than or equal to 3. Well, 12 is more than 3, 11 is more than 3, 7 is more than 3, 1 is not more than 3. In the next problem, it says 115 needs to be more than or equal to 12s. 115 needs to be more than or equal to 12 times s. And so if s is 3, then this would be 36. So that's not right. And if s is 6, 12 times 6 is 72. So that's not right. If s is 1, then it's just going to be 12 times 1 is 12. That's not right. But if s is 9, then I'm going to have 12 times 9, which is going to be 108, I think. So I'm pretty sure all of these are actually going to be wrong. I'm doing this wrong because everything I did is I was looking for something more than 115. But if you look here, 115 is the biggest number in this list. So this actually means that all of these are correct. Remember that you're trying to get to 70 at least, but if you want the challenge, you can go to 100.